Esto lo muevo aquí. Aquí tal. Y podemos seguir. A ver, la idea era... Hemos hecho lo del arco, tenemos el arco. Podemos hacer un par de cosas. Por ahí se puede subir. Con el puto arco. A esta la tenemos que llevar a los baños.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
Ah, que sí.
Keep an eye out for Centella, would you?
Sí, sí, estoy ya que la busco.
Oh, another one Oh, I wish Horatius would stop. I trust you can see yourself.
Que sí, pesado borde de mierda. Van a hundirle el puto arco en el pecho. Tenemos la mesa de la villa de Maleolo.
Keep an eye out for Centella, would you?
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
Además sabemos también que él fue quien provocó el fuego por el que todos vinieron aquí. Octavia. Vale. Sí, la verdad es que aquí ventilación ninguna. Puedo entrar aquí, pero si damos la vuelta por aquí podemos... Vale, que funciona con un trío otra vez. Ahí, aquí. Por aquí ya venimos y dimos otra vuelta y eso está cerrado.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We all need something to... We've all been where you are now. I used to lay awake at night, contemplating the big questions. Why am... I still don't have any of the answers. Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the... Oh, much the same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome, 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to... We were among the fortunate ones with enough coins for passage, but a scuffle broke out, and I woke up by the... Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me. Oh, yes, of course. If you like. I'm afraid not. I don't, but if that... Oh, I see. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I'm sorry I even suggested. The many shall suffer. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand, I was always taught the intent of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin? You don't think that's innocent? Please keep that to yourself. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year, and our... Oh, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck?
I know. Please, please just think this through.
I'm sorry, but
Please, help him. If... Thank you. And please, choose your words carefully.
if you're trying to make it easier for me to build up the nerve, it's... Let me guess. I screwed up my life. I'll be I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Hombre.
I can't believe he went through with it. Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I'd best...
Hay que resetearlo. Pero máquina monstruo. ¿No podemos entrar aquí, no? Claro. O sea que hay que hacer un ciclo más. Esto lo podemos hacer porque tengo la llave, creo. Ah, verdad, sí. Que reseteamos para poder darle al Rufi esto sin decirle que es un auténtico hijo de la gran puta, que lo es. Lo cual no ayuda mucho, por cierto, pero bueno.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Magistrate, yes. Yes, thank you.
Did you just leap into my villa from the balcony 100 feet above? That was either extreme... Well...
Vaya, te he pillado. No voy a decir nada.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis.
Sí, sí, sí.
You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different coloured eyes. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural... Well, I am not suffering.
Pero que necesito más además de la puta esta.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, what's... Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw? You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Impossible! Impossible!
Pero si no le he matado ni nada. En plan, tío, no le puedo amenazar. O con otros sí que puedo amenazar. No sé, bastante feo. Bastante feo, la verdad.
So, well, you? All right.
Y a mí que esa planta, tío, me resulta sospechosa que te cagas. No creo que necesite más dinero, tengo 10.000. Pues unos ex. Sí, moza. La botella de vino será para la tabernera, ¿no?
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Olivia, would you stop muttering like McGear over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Aquí también estuvieron los egipcios, ¿no? En teoría. Ahora hay un buen nabo dibujado, compañero. que sí.
Ixion turns.
Handsome. You stay away from my money.
Pero tengo el diario. ¿Cómo se llama? Diario de Aurelia. Victoriano, porque voy igual, ¿no?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Por si acaso. Ah, si la tengo que robar no hay otra que hacer otro bucle.
Follow me, quickly.
Y se hizo el choque.
Salve, friend. Oh.
Vote for Malleolus for a free drink at my tavern.
Oh, you're here. I'm so glad you did. And there's. Oh, I see. Let's just. So, have you met now? I hear that, fortunately for us, she. Scintilla. How? I heard Dacius has been offering a. Have you seen the way Roof? But then. Whatever you know.
Ixion turns.
I guess that. I'm happy, sir.
Ha!
Oh.
No falta.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like
Pues vamos a darle lo de la piel y volvemos a hablar con este señor. Porque en teoría yo sé que las notas de... ¿Verdad?
I think she's going to be all right. Galerius, you're amazing. How did you know?
I was just doing what the new guy told me.
I don't understand. How did... Never mind. Thank you so much for acting as quickly as you did. Another moment more and we would have lost her.
Can't stay. Places to be.
Oh, shiny.
Hello there. Are you well? Very well.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings. My friend. I hope.
Ah, a new face. I hear we. Well, I'm help out with. But you. You mean give and you see, there's an. And of course we can't get in. So we're unless. Of course. Nice to talk.
You look well, my sartorial friend.
A golden bow. Feeling all right? Sure. What do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule. And so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Gladly. That's a shame.
Pero
Thanks
no cambia el
again.
hecho de que haya pasado. No sé. Hombre, Julia. Madre.
Sorry, was that as much as the golden rule? Please. All right. I'd been here about a week when it dawned on me I'd be trapped here for the rest. So when my new friend Aurelia offered me a secret, she was supposed to be my friend. So she suggested I take. I had to sign an agreement saying I'd work off the. I paid Aurelia. You drink. She pointed to a son. She immediately. In fact. That's what I went. I thought about. He locked me in. His wife, Claudia, was. I'd be on my hands and knees. Those two took everything. My hem. I just wanted it to. Don't you think I brought it on myself? When I've only the. Honestly. I doubt it. At least until some. A lot. He's in it. He's probably. If so. I doubt you could. I don't know. Oh, it's you again. You mean my life story? Our father found good husbands for my. It was a good life for a while. We must have had 100, but they fell on deaf ears. My employer told me to grab. I remember diving into the river and. Thank you. But to be honest, if that's your idea, I know.
Joder, colega, tampoco te pongas gordo. Hay aquí un cofre, tío. No se podía abrir. Aquí.
How come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
No, tío, ¿dónde está el puto rufio, coño? Espérate, si lo tabulo y lo busco.
Those roofies. What business is that of yours? Willow bark. And this will finally some relief. I've been. It was too much. No idea. It's... I know, that's... And I know I'll leave him alone from now on. I'm going to go.
Perfecto. Le quita el dolor y deja de picarse.
Welcome back. What demon or spirit told you about that? You went snooping in his... Have you... Really? How did you... Poor fellow. I've heard that can really mess with a person's head. Well done for figuring that out. Really? That's promising. I'll keep an eye out for him. Well, my vote isn't...
Pero chico, si te
Nice to talk to you.
Puta. Puto cerdo.
Citizen.
You look well, my sartorial friend.
Hostia.
Citizen.
Salve. Welcome back. Nice to talk.
Citizen. Ah, you are... See you...
You look well, my sartorial friend.
No lo intentes y hazlo.
All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no.
That's the...
What?
Why do you...
I know. Please.
I'm sorry.
Please, help him. Thank you.
You... Well, you don't... It's too late for... If I back... Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. We might as well be slaves. So... Really? You'd do that for us? It seems today... Thank you, friend. Thank you. I just wish there was someone... I'll...
Pensaba que estaba el agua abierta porque era una piscina. Y creo Creo que a eso se podía subir con el arco. Pero bueno. Y ahora qué. Llevan 2 botellas de vino. La última en la ciudad como que no. Ixios. Plutón, padre de la riqueza. O sea que el gran santuario es Plutón. Muy bien. Pero ¿para qué necesito yo esa placa?
Hello?
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth it. Hello there, friend. May I... Well... Oh well, let me know if you change your... Very well, another time.
Shiny. Salve and welcome. All right. Thanks again.
May Apollo keep you safe. That's a
Hostia, Valerio.
A new face.
Un
Are
poco
they?
Uber.
And may Vesta watch. I don't. I'm quite. Would you? As you wish. It'll be. Why? I like the. It was so. All of the. But if it's any. By you. As I said, I'm As you wish. You can. I'm certain. In. Yeah. What else? Yeah. What else? It's. And did you happen to catch her name? I see. But don't play too closely. Alright, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young... Here. Look down at the bottom of the baths. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest. It's just as you described it. Only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen.
Carix.
It was C-H-A-R-O-N.
Charon.
As in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make all these people whose last memory was running. It seems none of them escaped with their... It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the... I know it's a lot to take in. That was my first thought too. But it was also possible for the living to reach it. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead, meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek. To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named... And I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti. And Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were all, I suspect, the only way you'll... Good question. Let's see. In the story, but that never made any sense to me. In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coin. So, maybe there's something special about... No. I mean, I had my suspicions. Now that we don't have much to go on. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of... Hercules was able to... Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit god. So it seems you have two options. It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, and even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. All Romans try to avoid... You may refer to him as Pluto. Shh! That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the gold. As I said, Hercules managed to Are you telling me that you... I won't pretend to understand exactly what... So, who knows? Perhaps... But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who. And for... The problem is, the door has been sealed. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, if you could recover and replace all four of those missing It's the towering stone monument with four sides. You'll find them all over Rome. But of course they were looted from Egypt many years. However, this one is unusual. That means you'll need to... I don't know. But perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors of... I'm afraid you're on your own.
Vale.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and... The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self... First, Proserpina. It's said, the god of the underworld...
Persephone, vaya.
If the story... The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels? Truly? Then again, I suppose... Can you tell me more? Fascinating. Tell me. Oh, I see. All right. As for living... In any case, time may fortuna go...
Vamos, que podemos enfrentarnos a él o intentar escapar. No sé. Ve a contracorriente.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
Está aquí mi amigo el del kebab.
Welcome to my humble store. Hello again, my... And in a city full of Romans, you are asked... My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for... At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. But my point is this. If you want to know who stolen the plague you seek was pilfered from... he cannot help it. Like a typical... And besides, it makes him happy. So I say... I hope that our paths cross again.
Vale, la tiene el Tuli. Tuli, puto.
Hello? Hello? Do you like it? But... like... Yeah. Bye-bye.
Pero chicos, si le digo que necesito que lo saque. Bueno, que Valeria que aún sigue.
Salve again, friend. How is it possible? You're toying. You're a bit... Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus. Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring, he was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill, only forcing him to start over. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old... Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round for... Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to... So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can. Anytime, friend. Now, I'm going... Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me your... Now, I've bounced the idea around once, but from what I hear, maybe that's not such a bad thing. And how could you know that? All right, friend.
Pero chico, ayúdame. Ayúdame a ayudarte, tío.
Citizen, we're fine. Is that... Seems... You perhaps... Look, I can... It was not here, the man I... Thank you.
Poniendo los nervios.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. And, yes, no more shall you walk on, eggshells, yes. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. Yes, remember my first act as magistrate.
You're not supposed to be in here.
No.
Talk. What business? My marital affairs are no... You know, some time ago, when he's... Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, I confronted him about it, and I let it go, but... Oh, aren't you charming? It seems our interests are aligned. But first, I want you to bring me some wine. Just one. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know. Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about after all I've done for him. He said it was for my own good. Tonight, I am so... Thank you. Now, perhaps you... What? He's... Give me that immediately. Another copy. No, no, no. What? It was a lie of a mission. You were... I curse you. This is outrageous.
Te meto un eco, eh.
Do I need to call Domitius? Get...
Llámalo. Llámalo. Puta, es un normal.
Did you just scale the wall to my... Well... Ha! What? So... Oh, so much... Fine. Ruling this set. I'll have Domitius notify the priestess of... There. You got what you wanted.
Venga.
Domitius, are you listening? Yes, sir. I've made a decision to release Julia and Ulpius and withdraw from the election. I want you to go and inform Equitia.
Sir? Are you under duress, sir?
I've just had a change of heart.
But you were on track to be magistrate, sir. All that work, all that money, wasted.
Those are my orders. Carry them out.
As you wish, sir. Priestess, Malleolus has decided to withdraw from the election.
Oh, well, that's surprising. But thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know. Challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
Ya estamos cerrando ya el bucle. Coño, le da como por la de Oca, tío.
Shalom. Scintilla and I were in love. All right. I wasn't allowed out. And that's when I saw her. I just sat there on the roof. And then she looked up and saw me, and from the moment she asked mine, and so for weeks on end, each would hold hands, and then one morning I woke up and all I could do was keep my... All I know is she loved me. She'd never have taken her. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive. Somebody abducted her. My guess? I have no idea. I've never seen the inside of it. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow, it would Really? I feel like I've looked everywhere. First, the palace. If Navy, the only other place... I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper...
Hay que subir arriba, tío.
I feel like I've looked everywhere. First, Alright.
No, pero déjame hablar.
Shalom. You mean where... But when I was a child, that's where I was when the fires... Every road leading out of Rome was in several hours down the Appian Way. I can only assume they got the better of me because the... It's strange though, because I still had my purse on me. A lot of good it did me. And that... Sentius, I suppose. Well, you remind me of an old story from... Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful?" Of course. What I want... Thanks. I don't. All right, friend.
You, Sisyphus, just as the ocean, but it does. Say it. Then it... I thought I had to tell... I must apologize. He gives such an uncanny... I will... There is a downward path, gloomy with the sluggish Styx exhales. The wide, thorny waste is cold and... As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, there the bloodless shadows walk. Others followed. I hope I have... And now we share a secret. It's as if... Wow, isn't that a big long bow? Back again? Not for a few weeks now. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulder. The one word I kept hearing was... All right.
Claramente la misteriosa del pavo este.
Don't you just love springtime? Salve again? No. I've bounced the idea around, but from what I hear, maybe... He did? Oh, I'll let Equitia...
Ole.
All right, friend.
Vale. Vamos para allá. Yo debería de poder hablar con el viejo y decirle que este es Pluto. Si no me equivoco.
Come and join me by the fire. Welcome. It's a sin. Tell me. Ah, Kabash, I will tell you everything I know. The one thing, let us... Excellent. Now, will you... Wonderful. Would you say you... You are an overthinker too.
But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, well, that's reassuring. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was so we would tell lies and bend rule. But under the golden rule, morality. So to navigate this maze. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality?
No.
Are you sure? Or so is it up to each of us to decide what right and wrong mean to us individually? Or must we simply follow the laws and... So if a man feels that stoning to death is unfaithful, I agree, but why? And that's a credit to you. It is the mark of a civilized person. Good. Now, would you say you know? And to what? So, that is quite... I'm reminded better to know that you... It is because you see out there. So, but under... So to... That is an excellent... So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is...
A ver, hay más de uno. No. ¿Hay algún sistema de moralidad que siempre sea perfecto? No.
Are you sure? Or is it... After hundreds of years, what hope do we have? My point is this. Surely you would agree there are circumstances where an exception may be made, such as where it is necessary for self-defense or to prevent a greater evil. For any rule, you can imagine there are countless situations. If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is... And so we must accept our limitations. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with this and no other, and life under tyranny. I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank... You mean, how did I end up living alone in this... I was a quarrelsome young man. And back then I used to enjoy verbally sparring with every... It became heated. He drew a gladiator. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return. But even with all... I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of... They are one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades. My generation was wiped out, turned to gold. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his fury... I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, I'm afraid I am some from malnutrition. It has been lonely. Before, living in darkness is not without its challenges. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, the greater challenge is the isolation. So I like so many things in life. As you wish. Ha! Did we not discuss it at length already? You seek the plum. It is a cursed object, and I would be happy. I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this, when the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed thus the shrine of Persephone, and when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsion, they gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the temple of Demeter, and hid them here. However, there was one, an even older plaque, bearing an Egyptian. We had no idea until years later. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally Suddenly it made sense why there was... You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans... But it turns out this game has been... I think it is best you... There are certain things... Take this key.
Bueno, vamos a encontrarnos con otra ciudad egipcia. Vamos,
I
escúchame,
enjoyed
me
our
saco la
chat,
polla ahora mismo.
but please, keep my present.
No la va a traicionar, este se ha portado bien el pavo este.
Good to see. I enjoyed our chat.
Se ha portado bien, no le voy a traicionar, coño. Que es un poco cerdo para traicionar. Los egipcios no llegaron a Roma, ¿no? Presupongo. Que sí que una ciudad egipcia abajo, pero que no tiene sentido, no sé.
Stop. Do not come any closer. Who are you? I am Kabash. And let me... That is... Well, I was planning to return it myself. Here, take it. Now, as for the... Indeed, I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while... You may not. In fact, because it's... I will tell... Indeed. And I see see what has become of it. As Egypt declined, and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, their souls came here in greatness. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using... My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power. I am glad to hear it, which brings me to this other. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize. It would imply the gods of Egypt, and that my people... I sense a deception. You will never... This work of... You are too late. It is done. It could not have gone. Now, the thing of... I am from Rakotis, which you may know as... when the fires on my... I told him I awoke on the banks of the river to a stream. It did not dawn on me until much later that he was... This is where I belong. I think if someone is to break, do to the doer to make him do. As for the... I do not know. What could... All I know is everyone so good. Wait. You would plunge...
Oh no, copetes de los sumerios, no. Curioso, curioso, curioso. Y antes de los sumerios que había nada, ¿no?
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise. You will die here. I disagree. You have Very well, I will. Why should I let you live? Then you admit it. You wish to Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good. We prepared to have our heart, and yet I arrive here to find the... Did our priests steal and embellish the stories of... I am not sure I follow. Speak plainly. Perhaps there is some truth in that. What is your point? You are persuasive. Very well. I will let you live, and you may do what you will with that plaque. I will remain here for a while and attempt to learn. You again. What? Of course.
Se va a caer encima, máquina. Me llevo una escalera, ¿te imaginas? Es increíble, ¿eh?
You carry the gift of Prometheus. Good to see you again, friend.
Sí.
I enjoyed our chat.
Vale, ¿qué tenemos? Los aljibes. Tenemos que hacerla.
Wonder how much one of these... Hello there, friend. May I... Well... Now you're talking, I'm interested. Oh, that's... All right, all right. Well, how do I... Here's your money. Now, the what? But I can't take that gold. You promised to tell me what... What is this? Don't even...
May Apollo keep you safe. Feeling all right?
Sí.
Sure.
No.
Glad.
Ah, claro,
That's a shame.
Greetings and salutations. Hello, Galerius. Did you know his... But of course... I hope that...
Cynthius. No. See you.
Salve. Welcome back. Well, Cynthius. All right. Nice to...
See.
Are they?
Hello. Hello. Have we... Bye bye.
No, tú no puedes votar tampoco, tío, qué pena.
Citizen.
Me queda, claro, el Sentio que no va a votarse a sí mismo. Mercaderio, están empatados en 1-1. Bueno, el Horacio, el Ulpio. Claro, para eso tendrá que hacer sus misiones antes. Quiero Horacio seguramente también.
What business? A lot of people. Scintilla was always a kind one. If anyone knows something, you might fare better though, I suppose. Scintilla was... you might... Not that it's any... Alright.
Ay, qué pesados.
What now? Listen, I don't abduct women. Listen, you don't know. Whatever.
Y este ni de coña me va a hablar.
Leave me.
Claro. Y no debería poder resetear el bucle porque entonces...
Ave. Thank you.
Ugh, what it... well... what? Ugh. You know... Oh, I'd say it. Did you hear that? What do you have? No I'm either...
Pero ¿cómo hablo con ella?
Oh... I... Oh, look, you're back.
Pero tengo la nota, ¿no?
Oh.
Leave me be. All right, now you've crossed a line. Get out of there. Leave me be.
Si es que no va a ganar las elecciones, tío.
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkers?
Shalom.
If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll
All
be
right,
coming
friend.
for you.
Cago en mi muerta. Pero Giorgio no me habla, coño. No me dice dónde está la puta... esta griega, cojones.
Greetings and salutations. Hello. My store. You mean to... A good anything you... And in a city full of... My name is Georgios, yes. At first I pull my... But my point is this. If the plague you seek was pilfered from a... And beside... I...
Vale. Entonces... Sí...
Oh, shiny.
¿Cómo hacemos esto, tío? El más probable es este. Estos dos, o uno de los dos. Me apetece menos 3, pero bueno, vamos a intentar adelantar.
I know what kind.
¿Qué dices tú? O sea, le quito la deuda y se rebota la hija puta. Pues nada. La vamos a perder, pero bueno.
Ave. May 4. Ave again. Did you find? It must be complete. It'll be. Why do you... As I said. Very well.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Miran aquí, ¿no? poco, probablemente.
Citizens, we have a quorate
No.
body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
Sentius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
Malleolus.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Sextus Sentius Imperiosus.
My fellow citizens, you've placed your trust in me once again, and you won't regret it. I vow that each day henceforth will be just like this one, and I will deliver.
You and your rival, whatever your name is, you're responsible for this, aren't you? Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Shut up and let the magistrate speak.
Malleolus is gonna be magistrate by the end of the day.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Wait, I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies! It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is, a children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The Golden
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
We must get to the shrine.
Claramente es Maleolo el que lo ha hecho. Pero si tu hija se queda bugueada, pues no podemos hacer nada. Yo si tengo que repetir todo me puedo morir, colega. No tengo los objetos, pero tengo que evitar que no se vaya. No sé.
Oh. You live. Poor bro. All right. What? Are you? You're serious, aren't you? I'll go.
Oh! All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
Ugh, this place has become. Ugh. I trust. That's my room. Leave before I call Horatius.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
Talk. The dainty little thing from next door. Well,
Domitius!
Oh, look, you're back. I trust.
¿Pero qué haces tú aquí?
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stir?
Cállate.
Ah, a fellow great. My I hope that
No parece muy legal dar el tipo arco al gilipollas este, pero bueno.
Ah, I hear. Nice to talk.
Very well. Hello there, friend. Well, now you... Oh, that's a little excessive. All right. Well. Here's your... Now. I can't take you prom... What is it? I... Don't even...
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Was there some? Oh, but if I mean, they've got. I doubt. I suppose. All right.
Welcome.
Tú no hablas, entonces puede ser la vieja. Galerio, quizás. Está faltando algo que no lo estoy viendo, tío. De hecho, cuando tuviera 3, la cuarta se iluminaba, o sea que eso es lo de menos.
Just then Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you? Ah, you're here. And, there's a... Ugh. Oh.
Ay, señor. Más queda por quedar el ulpio, pero él no me puede decir nada. Bueno, me la guardo y vuelvo a entrar porque macho no vea.
Keep an eye out for Centilla, would you?
Ah, claro.
What is it, citizen? All right.
Nada, ya está. Van a votar al Galerio, claro.
I'm sent. Really? Now, I'm sent. What? Really? Now, I trust.
Ahora adelantamos la esta y el ulpio le va a votar a ella, al Galerio.
Welcome.
Shalom. Galerius.
Ahí está.
I don't. Oh.
Claro.
Citizen. Name's Sentius.
Puta madre.
See you. No idea. It's I'm
Adelantamos las elecciones y ya debería ganar. Porque tiene el
Citizens,
voto que le falta.
I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
Actually, I'd like to nominate myself, if that's all right.
Of course, Galerius, that's your right. Citizens, the election will proceed.
Salve again, friend. How is it possible? Oh, come on. You're a bit Sisyphus. Sisyphus, he was forcing... Tantalus was oh. Anyway, so, oh. Oh. That's kind of... Now, I'm going... Oh, and if our conversation...
A ver, tú, puto pringao.
I saw... And... Oh! Anyway, well, I've been trying to get this rare flower. It's too steep to climb, so I hung a rope. Do you think you could... Oh, thank you. It would help. All right.
Vale. Sabía que esa flor se voy a puto pillar. El problema para eso es que te tienes que puto tirar desde aquí. Y no es que sean los controles muy allá. Hay que saltar mucho más antes.
Salve.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Chicos, es casi nadie miente, coño. No me va a guiar porque no me está dejando.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Ay, la Virgen Ulpio, tío, me tengo tal pata en la cabeza. Vale, esa sale y un pelín.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
No, pero ¿qué dices, puto loco? Si he caído bien. Ay, señor, qué ganas de cortarme la pena. Ah, que la puedo coger. Vale, vale, vale. quién se le va a declarar este? A la esencia me descojono. A la Quistia esta, a la sacerdotisa, vaya. O no. Al mariquita, vaya. Vaya.
Salve again, my sister. Now. Brilliant! This is going to make her so happy. Equitia, I mean. What I really want to do is walk up to her, give her the but on the other hand, I can't shake... You mean, you see, Equitia is a Vestal priestess, meaning she's taken a vow of chastity, even if she was just suspected of being unchaste. But at the same time, she's just so... I don't know.
Es que esto...
A word they tell you.
Now that I hear you say that out, what I need is a go-between. What do you say? Wonderful! Now, all I need you to do is give her the flower... Thank...
Wisha. Ven aquí, maja.
A new face. Oh. Oh, how lovely. I see. Of course, that man is a wonderful... But he is the least subtle seek. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort, too. Suspending that rope above the lake. He'd just stand there each morning, looking... Tell that adorable oaf that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So if... Then... I hope so.
Ojo, cuidado.
See you
Esto es
again
amor,
soon.
vaya.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Don't you just love springtime? Salve again? No. Thanks. Venus, that is the... I wish there was... All I can do is... Thank you, friend. But I'd feel bad if I didn't tell you anyway. In the rock tunnel, near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress if you can figure out how to get past... All right.
Qué tonto que eres.
Citizen.
Welcome. Ave. It must be. It'll be. Why do you... As I said. Well, I wouldn't very... Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
Time to go to the theater.
and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helver. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helver.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
We're finally alone. I assume... Is that a... See... Nothing really. It won't be long. I dare say it won't affect me. Thank you.
¿Qué pasa si le digo lo de Dooley?
Ah, you mean Duilius? Sextus Sentius... Thank you.
Sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello? Oh, thank you. You can have, and maybe you, my friend Hannibal, but he gave... Oh, thank...
Ole.
Hope you find it. Oh, maybe it is treasure.
Claro.
I can see it from us. So pretty.
El aljibe es lo que está a la puerta, eso que no se podría abrir. Vale. Carramos. Vamos a todos, hostia.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Side to side! Don't let them hit you!
No evil is honorable, but death is honorable. Therefore, death is not evil.
¿Qué coño ha pasado? Y yo... O sea que es un cúmulo de cosas. Si Maleolo la tiene atrapada ella y lo descubrimos ahora que volvemos. Sí, ¿no? Sí.
Salve for... Oh. Yulia. Or a virgin. All right, let me see. I'll go.
Pero si ahora le doy aquí al tap, me va a traer la flor, ¿verdad? Por si me la pido otra vez. No me la va a pedir, seguro que eso ya está hecho.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there.
Oh, me lo da vuelta más tonta, tío. No me la he visto. O sea que este no puede ganar. Está por aquí detrás, ¿verdad? Sí.
You? Who are you? Do you know you're here? I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. He wants to keep us all here forever. Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies helped me. I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either.
Hijo de puta.
Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he... I'm going to take that key. I'm done caring. There won't be enough time. There's no time. What? It's no use. You'll make it.
Yo me siento como mal dejándote aquí, pero colega, que si luego nos vamos en el siguiente bucle.
You're back. Have you come to let me go this? What? I hate you.
Vamos a partirle la cabeza en esencia. Claro, pero ¿qué motivo puede tener él para que quiera que nos quedemos aquí? En plan, porque no gana nada. Vaya, me reparé. Pero no tiene mucho sentido, ¿no? Porque él está aquí atrapado.
You're back. What? It's no... you're making.
Pero es que si te saco y nos vamos, yo no me voy. Porque alguien romperá el ciclo y yo volveré aquí. Con lo cual no...
Citizen.
Por eso no habla de su hija, porque sabe que no está muerta.
We're finally... Is that... Seen... me? You know... Al... Come now. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one... But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking he was a moralistic, and because of that fatal flaw, I watched him come through the portal each time. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. The next time I awoke, you showed up. But, I mean, you've lived 9 most, and yet everything you've done, because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. So, you discovered my secret. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attacked, and as long as this day keeps I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely. And why would I... You and your... Understand that, to me, you might want to think that the only way you're... And if I... You see, it was my actions that brought you. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caught... I certainly hope not. What are you going to... Now, get up.
Oh, another one fresh out of the baths, I take it.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you? What is it, citizen? All right?
Vale. Para la placa hay que dejarlas el resto.
Citizen.
Salve.
Pirarnos en el obelisco, dejamos atrás, nos marca la cuarta, vamos a poner la cuarta. Hablamos con el pavo, le decimos, oye, mira, que se acabe.
I hope you're coping. Sorry, was there some... All right.
Puede ser que no cogiera la placa cuando libera al Dully. Puede ser.
Citizen.
Hello? Hello? Do you like it? But I like... Yeah.
Tu puta madre. Vale. Ay, la virgen.
Salve.
Hay que cogerla, volver a transponemos. Que esto repita en el bucle si le da la puta gana y ya está.
Oh my, let's... We don't... Hercules, the demigod, and Hercules was a... As I mentioned, the first, it is, if the true, then it can... Fast...
Vale.
Truly? Ah, I see. But unfortunately, I'm... May for...
Vale, monstra. Tú ahora.
Ave again. Did you find what you need? It'll be... Why do... As...
It's time! The election's on!
Pero si te mato yo a ti, tú nunca haces el pacto y yo vuelvo. No es cierto que es sensato.
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate.
Okay.
The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helva. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is...
Hello? Hello? Bye-bye.
Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff.
It gladdens my heart that Galerius set poor Dooley free. I will cherish this moment.
Glad Galerius won. He deserved it.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Hello. Oh, thank you. You can have... And maybe... I'm confused. Oh, maybe it is treasure. I can see it for myself. It's so pretty. And it's just lying out here in the open. Maybe nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will mind if I just take it.
Don't you dare.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
What? That's a big... I doubt I'll be able to gather...
Salve, friend. Ah, even
all right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what? Are you... I see.
I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no!
Puedo decirle que lo haga todo, pero es que... ¿Cómo salgo a esta señora?
Was it your... I'll have... And I'd bet...
Vale, la opción de huir no vale porque dice que solo va a poder unos pocos. Entonces hay que... Me tendré que enfrentar a todos, supongo. Ahora puedo decir que haga eso. No.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salva. What? That...
Cerberus lifts his dribble head.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Eso no puede ser.
Salva. Oh. What? I'll go.
Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by Nergal to the Cimmerians, but the one constant and I've been watching you with curiosity. And what is more, you carry a weapon. But there will be time first, as a reward for... My story is many thousands. It is a matter of perspective. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge, but despite all that, my kin and I all adopted this form long ago. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. No. Long ago, I swore to Proserpina that I would... This is like me. She has been known by many names. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of spring. Your gaze lingers too long. That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces. Kumutabal to the Cimmerian. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this. For that, she earned herself. You will talk more later. As you will. It has come to be known simply as the Underworld. That is a long story. One that began... You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. You all but destroyed yourselves. Yet Proserpina saw raw potential in you. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion. My kin had seen enough and gave up on your kind. We began preparations to return to Elysium, but my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind. She made an extraordinary sacrifice, and so she began her innocence. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might... But he refused. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed if even one human city could prove itself, then Proserpina and all of humanity. My part would be to remain behind, the last. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring so that I might take her with me to... And here I am. There were also gods who, like me, have been known by our leader Jupiter, as well as and of course, as the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to Bar. I watched wave after wave of Cimmerians arrive. Of course, after another 1,000 years, the Greeks, they built upon the underworlds of their predecessors. To ensure the wage was fair, to this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from the city. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by... As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into... Later, when they spread to Greece, some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they... In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for. Only 2 remain. Your kind will have squandered the last of it. It is a regrettable story. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his... But the erasure did not take completely, and he took... His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of... Later, the Egyptians would adapt. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning. And in a series of incidents that will not be... A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named... They each told embellished tales of this place. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome. Of course. That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. That is a story dating back to the very first wave. Now, this man was unmarried, and many women... all the women, too, were particularly ambitious. Their hair woven in elaborate fashion. Draped herself in... Seeing this ostentatious display, she prayed aloud to any gods that would... While the others indulged at the banquet, she checked that nobody was watching and pushed her rival, but I was watching. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the... and I left her to stand there. But that was not enough for the entire city, so I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. And to this day, each of them, and suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament. I give your kind a second chance at life, and when you disobey, and you always disobey, and so you destroy yourself. When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. The golden bow originally belonged. As my collection of golden statues grew, I tasked them with hunting down. I've always considered that the cornerstone, no attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your... This should come as no surprise to you, since the Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born, yet none of the peoples who express... Enough. I may... If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she... Then what on... Do you plan to speak in sweeping general... I have seen no such. Taking one's own life is a self-directed act. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide... Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken. Then your desire to be right outweighs. You will make a... How dare you threaten her?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
You will suffer eternal torment for this.
Un poco feo, Que ya seguía hablando, tío. Me he enfadado, yo qué sé.
And here, my kid, but no, Opa, like your gate, you will talk as you to this. Some in your, but the late the award, and of course, good. Only it has long been. When I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible? Charon, where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you.
You would have us believe.
If that is true.
How did you come to be in...
He cannot know.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago. Tread lightly. Enough of this. Why have you come? If you anger me or waste my... So, tell me. That is a very serious accusation. I am well aware of the story told, but it is entirely unfair. My love was dying, and it was an act of rebellion against the others. She knew I would have to act to save her. Accordingly, these people were all dead when my servant found them. I get... Then you still have the option to end. Accordingly, every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtually. They failed collectively, and so they... How unfortunate that we are not where you are from. Ah, but I am a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you let me ask you this. Do you treat insects? Do you ensure they have food and shelter and... Of course not. My love for her does not mean I am not superior, now that she is mortal. Bah! For a moment I thought you might have been...
She cannot know.
Huh. I see what you're doing. You have no idea how... That is...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
No, you vile, despicable creature.
Salve. Oh. What? Oh.
Que la idea es salir de aquí sin romper la regla, coño. Como juego lo cumpliste un poco, chaval.
And here, allow no, but the one and what that they will prefer. I would recognize that anywhere. You vile You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium humiliated and alone. I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your trick, and now you have shown me your species. This has gone on too long. But know this, if I abandon the wager, because despicable creatures like you, the best I can do, I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment, what will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is now. You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Oh. Hi there. Well, here I am. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people. Fortunately for us, apparently there was a community of. They believed that if even one person sinned, then an oracle appeared, saving the life of, foiling an assassinate, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up, and the doors just. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle because the next thing he knew, the ground shook. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of. What became of him? And the other people who lived here? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years? What? Anyway, I think I found a way out through the I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure no. You go on ahead.
You're back! But... why don't you tell me...
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I do not enjoy deceiving people. That most people find comfort in. That you died of my role as the servant of the god of the underworld. You, most soul, ask yourself, as you wish. You were exploring an old tomb
when you... Unfortunately, a nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out. You both fought bravely. There was nothing you or... He died instantly at the scene. That man's name. You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Karen. It means there is nobody else to... Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead. Well, a long time ago, my orders were simple. It means there is no... I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to...
Kinda lost track of time in there. And there was a tablet.
Sounds like quite a story. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are...
Hey, you made it. It's great to see. I read your book, and what the critics said about after everything you've been through. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. Why don't you head on down?
You're finally here. Remember me? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Cap even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one I wanted to say... I know! We're planning to get married next spring. Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too. It's hard work, but I sleep sound. Of course, there's a whole museum full of people.
Oh, hello.
You're here. It's lovely to finally... So, I'm just teasing. Actually, Galerius and I... It feels like the world has...
There he is.
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. See you...
Hello, I'm Dooley. Galerius said you're very nice. Treasure? Oh. Yeah.
It's
Bye-bye.
you.
Hi there.
You're... Oh, and of course... Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was... As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me. Thank you. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claw, even in your... Apparently he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, Nigeria? Well, you are the Huh. You too. I hope so.
You are here. Lucy is fine. If the world knew we died too... Speaking of which, I wanted... You too.
Hey. Evening. Hi there. I understand we have you to thank. Ah, you remembered that. In the word, remind yourself your... Thanks. I'm living up north, the world still. The ones who pioneered our path. He's not my... He had more trouble. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. But his luck finally ran out. And as... You're not... And...
I take it you're... Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I'm not sure if you heard, but she knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been but he's been dealt with. Anything I want. Of course, I'm mostly just... He's still there, all alone. Eternal... You too.
Magnificent museum, is it not?
I take it you're the oracle everybody's... We have. I never thought I'd leave that cave. And it seems I have your... I'm working as... Not that I need the money. My sincere...
Good evening.
Hello there. Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet... I'm thankful that you're here. I was short, but thank you. And you? All right.
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. Listen, whatever you did... Such a... I took the money I made from... In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco... Oh, don't be like... Oh, of course, yeah, I was just...
Good evening. Greetings. Thank you for your kind... I'm recovering. Octavia was... Ah, I'm already... Men have called me... And you...
What is up? It is an... You... Oh, of course. I too will... For a time, I returned to Alexandria. Instead, I have decided to... Indeed. Thank you.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I go by Rufus now. For what you... Sorry. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he... Huh. Good to know.
It's so... And for helping... I'm studying to be an architect. Of course, you natives... You too, as Rufus. If...
Hello there. Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off. Don't worry. No. I'm living with Ulpius on a little... I'm so grateful to you. You can try... Thanks.
It's nice to find... I understand the way you just showed up out. I'm living with Gabriella every day, so we're living each day, sitting together, and I... Thank you. You too.
There you are. I hope you enjoy. Now, there's one more...
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for... Allow me to introduce... I am Proserpina. Former... I wanted to meet you in person. I hate to think what would have happened. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the... I was able to control their tongues. And whisper... I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. I did. I may have given up my immortality. But after witnessing Pluto punish countless, so I tried to give them so I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by... I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life. So that... What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated... He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong... Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him. And there was little I could do but wait for... We were all fortunate. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. She wouldn't say what it was. And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld in return, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Supongo que uno es suicidarme, otro es encontrarlo y otro irnos unos pocos. Pues muy bien, sí señor. Un plot twist interesante, la verdad. Vaya que sí, mucho mejor que muchas películas que haya visto.